So, you want to be a millionaire. It's a huge goal, right? Especially when you're young. But here's a thought. What if the real win isn't the money? What if it's about the person you have to become to actually earn it? Well, that's the big idea we're going to unpack today. Look, it's a super bold ambition. It promises a life you probably can't even imagine right now. But the cost of getting in, it's not just about having a great idea. It's about a complete and total rewrite of who you are, from the inside out.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. See, the money, that's just a byproduct. The real prize, the kind of wealth that sticks around, comes from forging the character, the discipline, and the skills that make that kind of success pretty much inevitable.
So how do you actually do it? Well, we've broken the whole journey down into 5 key lessons. Think of this as your roadmap for the next few minutes. And we're starting with a principle that might actually surprise you.
Okay, first things first, there is no secret one-size-fits-all path. Seriously, this idea that you have to pick one thing and just grind it out forever, it's a myth. The reality is, it's a lot more flexible than that.
You know, a lot of us confuse the word simple with easy. A path can be simple, like super clear and logical, but still be incredibly hard work. The mistake so many people make is choosing a path that's unnecessarily complicated. So your first job isn't to master one thing, it's to just experiment, collect a bunch of different skills, and find the simple path that actually clicks for you.
And this is exactly how you should think about the journey. $1 million, that's an overwhelming number. But $1,000, you can figure that out. So just focus on that first step. Once you hit that, focus on the next one, and then the next. Each level up gives you the skills and the confidence for the one after it. It's a ladder, my friends, not a giant leap. Okay, on to our second lesson. And this one can be a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people. When you feel stuck, it's so easy to blame your business or your idea. But the real issue, it's almost always a lot closer to home.
We love scapegoats, don't we? It's the market's fault, the business model is broken, the niche is just too saturated. But take a look in the mirror. Are you really focused? Are you being held back by some old story you tell yourself about what you can or can't do? Are your daily habits actually helping you reach your goals? These are the real roadblocks.
And here is proof of just how fast things can flip. Eamon Gadzhi tells the story about how he used to blame being young for all his struggles. But the second he decided to take total ownership of his situation, everything changed. Within just 90 days, he was clearing 15 grand a month in profit. His age didn't change, but his mindset sure did. So here's the big takeaway from that. Build systems that make your weaknesses basically irrelevant. He knew his phone was a huge distraction, so he physically locked it away. He knew that being fit fueled his brain, so he made working out completely non-negotiable. See, willpower fails. A good system doesn't. You have to create an environment where your bad habits literally can't survive. All right, lesson number 3. This one really dives into one of the biggest myths about building wealth, especially when you're starting with nothing. I know. This goes against everything the finance bros on the internet preach. But listen, when you're just starting out, putting your tiny bit of cash into the stock market is one of the absolute slowest ways to grow. Let's just do the quick math. Let's say you've got 3 grand. You put it in the market, have a great year, and you might make, a few $100? Cool. But what if you invest that same 3 grand in a new skill, like a coding class, a course on sales, or a public speaking workshop? The return on that isn't 10%. It's potentially limitless because you now have a skill that can make you money for the rest of your life. And this is the real key. True wealth isn't just some number in your bank account that can disappear overnight in a market crash. No, it's the identity you build. It's the collection of skills that allows you to generate income no matter what the economy is doing. Nobody can ever take that away from you. So now we get to the most direct and maybe the toughest lesson of them all. This is all about addition by subtraction. To really move forward, you have got to be willing to let things go. First up, the digital chains, that endless scroll on your phone. It's not harmless. It is literally engineered to steal your most valuable asset, your focus. You have to take it back. Then you've got the physical distractions. Don't just try to play less. No, remove the temptation completely. Sell the thing. Make a real physical commitment. And then the hardest part, the social chains, the friends who drag you down, who make fun of your ambition, who want to keep you stuck in your old ways. You have to make a choice. This quote just reframes the whole thing, doesn't it? Don't look at it as a loss. Look at it as fuel. Every single chain you break, every bad bridge you burn, it's a torch lighting your path forward. It is the ultimate statement that says, I am serious about this.
And finally, our fifth lesson. This is the one that ties everything together. This is the why that's going to pull you through the days you want to quit. It's about finding a purpose that's bigger than just you.
So when he was just 14, Ayman saw his family struggling, and he made a promise to his mom. It wasn't just some vague goal, it was a sacred vow. 9 years later, that promise became a reality. This was never just about getting rich, it was about keeping a promise to someone he loved more than anything.
And that's the ultimate psychological hack. When your motivation is only about you, it's pretty easy to give up. It's easy to make excuses. But when you've made a promise to your mother, your father, your kid, suddenly failure is just not an option. The thought of letting them down becomes way more painful than any obstacle you could possibly face.
And that's the final piece of the puzzle, right there. This external promise becomes the most powerful form of internal accountability. It's the anchor that keeps you steady when everything in you wants to quit.
So we've walked through the 5 principles. Find your own path, solve your personal problems first, invest in your skills, break your chains, and anchor it all with a promise. The roadmap is right here. The only question left is, who are you going to do it for?